and welcome to Mobile as the Aztecs of San Diego State with that ranking of number 19 in the nation. Well, that is their best since the end of the 1977 season. They also bring in the second longest winning streak in the country, 13 straight, only behind the Crimson Tide of Alabama. And there's a good reason behind it. They also have a Heisman candidate in Donnell Pumphrey.
Yeah, he's a very unique talent, Joel, and I think what makes him even more special is his work ethic, the way he comes to work every day, inspiring his teammates and setting the tone for that football team. And you can see the numbers he's put up, and he's even leading the FBS this year, and he only has 3 games underneath his belt on the season.
Well, a question mark coming in tonight for the Jaguars of South Alabama. The status of Dallas Davis, their starting quarterback. Turf toe, he is unable to go, so Cole Garvin, his first career start.
Yeah, Garvin is a sophomore, just like Dallas Davis, built very much the same height, same size, and prior this year had just as much experience under center as Dallas Davis did. So he's going to get his first taste of college football here tonight.
Joey Jones in his 8th year heading up this program. And let's not forget what a job he has done. And I bring that up because so often you see programs and they stutter out of the blocks when they start a new program. And the school opened in 1963, Joey Jones, and the program's just 8 years old. But as you can see, Brian, a winning record, and he's done it the right way. He's done it slowly, methodically, and he also used some junior college young men.
Yeah, and he said you had to early on. You had to get them because you weren't in FBS, and you couldn't get the high school guys right out of school. And so they had to do that to be able to build their program. And now they're up and running. And they're trying to get to that 8 and 9 win mark every year, but it's very difficult, and not only in this conference, but certainly without a conference play.
Now, South Alabama won the toss. They have deferred their option to the second half. A little chip shot is going to be a fair catch called for and taken in cleanly by the up man for San Diego State, who's got great field position, and that is Julian Rochelin, the defensive lineman. Young man out of Woodland Hills, California. So it's going to be right at the 30-yard line. They did not want to see Rashad Penny touch the football, and I don't blame them. He's got a touchdown in 7 consecutive games, and here comes Christian Chapman. And let's face it, Brian, they don't ask him to do a lot because they've got one of the best tailbacks in the country.
Yeah, you hear the term game manager all the time, and that's even more so here. He's got the pleasure, really, to sit back and to watch this running back work his magic and really play action and some boots and nakeds off of it, really to try to catch them in early downs. But you really don't see a whole lot of passing in this offense.
And they use a fullback regularly as they send the wide receiver Anderson in motion. Pumphrey, a bolt, and the little back takes it across the 35s. That's where they put it on the fair catch, out to the 37. And they corralled him for the most part last year in the win on the road. He had 38 carries and had to work for 140 yards.
Yeah, they did. And that was really the key to their success. It will be their key to success tonight. And really inside the tackles is where they want him to stay. They feel like they can contain him inside. But once he gets on that perimeter, that's where he gets really dangerous.
It's going to be 2nd and 8. And Chapman going out wide. It is incomplete. And timing it beautifully was Jalen Thompson on the throw. The sophomore corner on that side. He's from right here in Mobile. Our impact players of the game coming in. Pumphrey, of course, who leads the nation in rushing, coming in 3 games, 599 yards. And Roman Buchanan, senior from Enterprise, Alabama, 2nd team All-Sun Belt last year, and a talented inside linebacker.
And he's going to have to be the guy when they spill Pumphrey out to the boundary, who's there to be able to shut him down and to bring him down along with Kalen Jackson, who's their Husky, their nickel back in that secondary.
Out of the gun, Chapman, with plenty of time, throws it wide of Eric Judge, one of his top 2 targets so far this season. So, 3 and out. And the strength of this team has been their defense against the run so far this year, the Jaguars.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off of their offense of not having to put points on the board. But you look at those last 2 throws, both out routes, both to different sides of the field, but those are timing routes. And obviously we can see in the lack of time they get at practice together, they're not in sync early in this ball game.
Iota is back deep, waiting for the punt at the 20. And they almost get to Tanner Blaine. Damie Iota makes the first one miss and is barely pulled down across the 20 with a late flag, as he is going down at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Unfortunately, down right now for the Aztecs is Turner Bernard, their long snapper. Our crew tonight is from the Mountain West Conference, led by referee Kevin Marr. Replay officials, the Sun Belt Conference. But down on the field, the Mountain West of the Aztecs. So an illegal block at the back. Mark it off, and it's costly. Instead of the 24, part of the infraction and the assessment, it is all the way back to the 10. So how does it go for Cole Garvin, the sophomore from Tyrone, Georgia? He grew up in a football family. His father, Brett, played college ball. He was a safety at Presbyterian. Started his college career at Marshall. Never took a snap for the Thundering Herd. And he was also offered a scholarship here at South Alabama. So from the 10, Tyrese Thomas, nothing doing on the right side, off tackle for about a yard, maybe 2, up to the 12. Well, the guy that had the monster game was Gerald Everett last year, our impact player coming in offensively. He had 8 catches and a career best 164 yards last week. And then on the edge, the Casey is the defensive back. DeMontre Casey, the cornerback for San Diego State. Man, he finds the football. Good run up the middle. Thomas bangs it across the 15. He'll be shut down there, and it's going to bring up an early third down, and that has not been a strong suit for South Alabama. Now, he missed last week's game, Tyrese Thomas. He had an ankle injury. He's back. Xavier Johnson, their leading tailback, who rushed for better than 100 yards last week, Brian, he is out with an ankle injury. He was in a boot earlier this week, too. Yeah, and he's the guy they counted on in that running game. Even though it's not a great running game, he was the one that there was the workhorse for that running game in their offense. First career pass for Garvin, in and out of the hands, and right at the first down marker going for Josh McGee. So Josh McGee, we saw him at Louisiana Lafayette. He was knocked out of the game in the first quarter. He played. Smith timed it well. Malik Smith, a senior from Compton, California, Dominguez High School, a great basketball program there. Yeah, McGee is their leading receiver for this football team, but I really believe that if we go back to Gerald Everett, that impact player, he's the one who's going to be his safety blanket tonight in the passing game. He's got to find ways to be able to get him the football, the big tight end. Roughing, there's going to be a flag as they went after the punter. It goes out of bounds. As back deep for San Diego State, it was Quest Truxton, the wide receiver. And will it be running into, and if it's 5, I believe they still get. I still believe it's going to be enough for the first down. No, 15. Easy call. Let's see. Yeah, he was exposed. And this is an area of the game that we talked to Rocky Long about this week. Penalties. They're the #1 penalized team in the Mountain West. 34 penalties in 3 games. That's almost 12 a game. And I asked him specifically about it. He said, we talk about it. We don't want to lose our aggressiveness, but at the same time, they have to do a better job of managing those penalties. And you like to see the ones that involve effort. You don't like to see the silly ones like holding and personal fouls. So maybe that one's a little more acceptable, but still 15 yards anytime you spot a team is not good. Iola in the backfield, little bubble screen action for the wide receiver. The grab is made and a nice spin on the reception as it's taken in by Everett, who had the big game and a career game against them. But after the pop, getting up slowly. And that's a really good example of how they like to use Everett. They'll put him out in trips, use him in the bubble screen, like him in the boot game as well, the throwbacks. They're going to find any way they can to get him the football. Offensive coordinator Brian Vincent told us this week he's going to get him 8 touches this game from here on out. Last week he only had 3. He really felt like that hurt his offense, not getting him the ball more. Needs the touches. Different formation look. On 2nd and 5. It's Iola. Maneuvers his way for the first down across the 40. Out to the 43. So we wondered, with a rookie quarterback, the first career start for Garvin, who's going to step up? Gain of 9 for Iola.
And that is a welcome sight for Coach Joey Jones. They are looking for that run game wherever they can get it. Inside the tackles is even better. Coach Rocky Long on the other side of the football talked about that's what they have to be able to shut down. They have to control the line of scrimmage. Whoever wins that battle wins the football game.
It's a first down for the 44. And Little Rose zone read, and a good read into the secondary as Cole Garvin with a first down. He had a sensational high school career. In fact, his starting record in high school in Georgia, 39-2 with a tie.
Yeah, passed for over 7,000 yards in those 3 years and looks maybe a little bit more nimble than Dallas Davis running that football and really natural out on the edge.
It started back at the 10. It's been extended with the roughing penalty on the punter. And now a first down to the 43. He comes. Garvin puts it up top. He's got McGee. The catch down near the 10.
And that's something that Brian Benson, their offensive coordinator, was preparing for. He knew they like to bring pressure on first down, and here they do. They rush 6 up the middle. They have man coverage. They hit the go route out onto the boundary. A great awareness by Garvin, and a great job of preparing him to be able to see that and to pick his matchup out on the edge and get him the football for the nice completion.
It's a gain of 29 on the grab by Josh McGee. Tyrese Thomas in the backfield. And still on his feet, great balance. He's in. Touchdown, South Alabama.
I'm sure if you asked Coach Joey Jones and offensive coordinator Brian Benson if this would work, they would write this one up and say, we'll take it every single time. Right up the middle in the run game, not on the perimeter, right up the middle, and then going deep and vertical on that first down when they brought pressure and hit them hard and hit them quick. I know they've got to be pleased with the performance of their young quarterback who just took his first series, Joel, of his career.
Not a bad start. But as you pointed out, the most penalized team of the Mountain West kept the drive alive with the roughing the punter.
Very good point. That's true.
Gavin Patterson for the point after. And what a beginning for Cole Garvin, the sophomore from Tyrone, Georgia. So it started here. They were trying to get it back to San Diego State. Josh McGee with the big play. And then the incredible balance of Tyrese Thomas and an early lead for the Jaguars. Well, it is the second 37-yard touchdown reception already this season for Kevin Kuchera. And putting the hands out there, the way he brought it in. So an early lead for South Alabama. Now they've got 2 long drives. That was 8 plays for 75 yards. Their first touchdown, 8 plays for 90 yards. And that's just going to build the confidence of a rookie quarterback, a freshman or a sophomore quarterback.
And they're almost reversing the field on San Diego State. That's what San Diego State's offense is used to doing. Long drives, eating up clock, chewing up time, shortening the football game. But now we see on the other side of the football, South Alabama is taking that same MO against the Aztecs.
Now they do kick it to Penny. Penny out to the 20, and that is it. He was counted up top as he goes down at the 21. So let's see how San Diego State responds. Well, this college football season, stream every game live on the ESPN app and on Watch ESPN. You can download the app or visit watchespn.com today. We are in Mobile, Alabama, and what a beginning. So the San Diego State offense, great field position after just a 20-yard punt by the Jaguars, and they didn't waste any time. 2 plays, 35 seconds, and a touchdown.
And the Aztecs have to figure out how to get Donnell Pumphrey on the edge, on the perimeter. That's where he is most effective, in space, and they've been unable to even try to do it. They had some success early trying to get him inside the tackles, but it's very limited. He is most deadly on the perimeter, and we haven't seen much of their play-action boot naked game, which they do early in the series before they get to that third second and long. They want to try to use that play action early in the series to be able to shorten those second and third down situations.
Now let's see if they can find room for Pumphrey. Pumphrey hit early and hit low. So it was the first man in, and that was Roman Buchanan who got him low. Robinson cleaned up, but it's a short gain, only 2. And I say, how do they respond? Because San Diego State has not trailed by this many points since their last loss. And that's 14 games ago when they lost at Penn State. You got to go back to September 26th. On 2nd and 8, trying to get Pumphrey off, and he's tripped up again at the line. And this time, it was coming up from the secondary, Jeremy Reeves, the cornerback, who got him around the ankle.
Well, they are just bound and determined to run him inside the tackles. I don't know if they're trying to make a statement early, Joel, that they can do that, but they're having limited success. They need to try to get him in space where he can do his most damage. They're playing right into the hands of what South Alabama wanted him to do, keep him inside the tackles. They're doing the work for him.
Well, now they've got him outside of the wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. Different look. On the play fake, he's coming. And it's thrown away. Boy, we talked about the speed on the outside once again. And it's Middleton, Finesse Middleton, who got to him. Randy Allen and Middleton.
And Middleton, one of those light defensive ends they have out on the edge. He's only 6'1", 230, but did not give up on pursuit. Flushed him out of the pocket. And then Chapman did a good job evading, but he stayed with him, had nowhere to go with the football. Great job by South Alabama talking about that pressure that they're going to try to bring, something that San Diego State has not been. No one's tried this on them all year, and it seems to be effective.
Blaine sends out a low-line drive, and it's over Iola, who's now going to stay away wisely, because it's going to be picked up. So the Jaguars deep in their own territory, but up by 8 with only 13 seconds left in the opening 15 minutes of play. So misjudged a little bit on a low-line drive by Iola. But right now, Garvin's the story. 6 for 7, 95 yards.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better start. Cannot be more pleased with the game, the play calling, and the execution of those plays offensively. I know the Aztecs on the other side of the football, and Rocky Long, who is their defensive coordinator, along with their head coach, is having trouble figuring out how to stop these guys. He said that establishing the line of scrimmage, being able to win that battle was the key to this football game, and they haven't been able to do it. South Alabama has hit them in the middle of that defense, and they've gone to look a 4-down look. It was more effective in that last drive, but it still wasn't able to stop them moving the football on the ground.
And a mark-off again against the Jaguars. They had one after the kickoff, a 5-yard mark-off. Now a bigger one, taking it inside the 10, half the distance to the goal, all the way back to about the 7.5, 8-yard line. So the pressure on ball security for a young man who's taken very few snaps. Most of the reps, you know that, go with the starting quarterback during the work week. So Garvin is going to be back just outside of the 7, put it at the 8 with Iola. Now, remember, they're missing Xavier Johnson, out tonight with an ankle injury. And Tyrese Thomas, he took a shot early, and he's still on the sideline. It's Iola. Nothing doing. Maybe lost. Oh, he's still on his feet. Bounced around and maybe got about a yard out of it. So that's going to be the final snap of a very strong start for the team for the Sun Belt Conference in this matchup of the Mountain West and the Sun Belt. And it's the Jaguars of South Alabama, deep underdogs tonight on their home field, leading by 8.